Hello, today I would like to present you this quite interesting vintage, but still in active service, Polish military DP75 radiometer. It is basically a Geiger counter that was specially designed for armed forces. This unit is still used, and you can tell that by the gray painting. It belonged to civil defense. Once for a while I see comments that devices like this are obsolete and should not be trusted, but it is extremely far from truth, and that's because it is great equipment, extremely simple, and still working great. For example, that unit was checked for calibration in 2023, and until 2025 it's got valid calibration, and everything that you measure with that unit is going to be totally legal. And that device was manufactured in 1988, so yes, it is old stuff, but it's simple. Let me quickly present you how looks a full set. So first of all, it is delivered in that beautiful wooden box. The second thing, it is a user manual that basically is going to tell you how to operate that instrument and how to do basic service tasks. Then you've got your instrument in that beautiful case. In the older unit, DP76, it was a leather case. That one is like a fake leather, maybe except of those straps, but this is fake. But we are going to take a look at last step. We've got our carrying straps that you can attach to your pouch and carry it on your shoulder. In that area, you've got extension for your probe, and they are being connected by that chain. You go like this, and you screw it down, just like that. And here you are going to be mounting your probe, and here your handle. I will show you that in a second. Let's see what else do we've got. Here we've got our preventive maintenance kit. We've got a piece of cloth. We've got like oil and flathead screwdriver. This is going to be used for basic service tasks. Here you are going to see very specialized wire, and it is not AC plug. It is for powering your meter from external DC power source. And yes, it is a polarized plug. So you can basically run it from like a vehicular installation or off-grid system. Then we've got this element. It is earpiece. It is not for counting clicks because this military model do not have the direct sound indicator. You just attach it to your ear, and I will present you in a second where to plug it in. You plug it into that port. Just like that. And when you set the alarm threshold, after its pass, it's going to be beeping and alerting you. So absolutely do not get confused when you are not going to be hearing clicks, because it is not for indicating countings, it's for indicating the threshold. And of course that makes a lot of sense if you are in military and you are doing other tasks, you are walking with this equipment on your shoulder. You do not need to take a look at the display. You do not need to figure out how they are counting, how much clicks you've got, because it's going to be just distracting you. You will be notified when the threshold is going to be exceeded, so it's make a lot of sense. Here you've got another extremely important piece of that kit, rubber bands plus those foil plastic bags that are being used to cover probe and making sure you are not going to get any contaminated radioactive debris on your probe. Basically, you do measurement and then you throw it away, and then you are making sure the probe is not contaminated and you do not have any hot particles directly on probe that is going to be affecting your measurement. And for example, you can get feeling that it is everywhere radioactive, but basically you've got a tiny thing right on top of your probe. So it is mandatory. And basically this concludes what you've got in this box, and the rest is our instrument. And now we are going to be taking a look at the instrument itself. First of all, you should always use it in that case. All ports are accessible, and that includes the port for battery. You are going to be unscrewing that. And here you are going to be feeding 3 R20 batteries that looks like this or like that. You insert them positive first, just like that, and on the spring side goes the negative. You go like this. Here you've got your earpiece port. Here you've got your attachments for straps. In front you've got protective glass that allow you to see the scale. On that side you've got your cover for the probe. And in that tiny pouch you should keep your earpiece. Here you put your earpiece. Over there is your probe that looks like this, and it's being disassembled. Here is your DC supply to use with that cord that I show you, and it's going to be accepting 10 to 30 volts, so you've got a quite wide input range, so it's going to be basically 12 and 24 volt systems. Let me present you how to assemble probe. Here you've got a white dot, and here you've got a cutout, and you go like this, you press it, you rotate it, and it locks in place, just like that. And you can use it like this for your gamma measurement, but most likely you would like to open your measurement window to expose the Geiger tube. And here you've got your window that is going to be sensitive for the beta. Now I will present you how to use the extension. You need to make a decision, would you like to measure upward or downward toward the ground. It is extremely important because if you are measuring like a vehicle and you would like to check if they are containing something that is radioactive, you would like to have it facing upward. So here you've got like your car wheels, and you stuck it in between. You would like to measure upward. So you are going to be going like this. You are going to be grabbing that element, and you are going to be inserting it like this and rotating. Here you've got a cutout for wire, and your wire go like this. You insert it like that. You press and rotate. Now with this system you are going to be measuring anything that is under your car. This is the most common use case. But if you would like to measure ground, then you would go like this. And you would rotate it like that, lock in place. And now if you are checking ground like this, you are pointing the window into your soil. And if you would be wondering, do you've got it mounted correctly, here you've got a tiny indicator. So let me disassemble it for a handheld operation. We press, we rotate it, we undo it like this. Here you press it, you rotate it, and you undo it. And it's going to be held by that chain. And we assemble it back. We go like this, we're removing that. And here is our white window. Then we are going to be taking a look at the instrument itself. In center, you are going to find this beautiful analog scale that is calibrated in rentgens per hour for gamma and millirentgen per hour for the beta. And the scale is absolutely beautifully calibrated. On top, you are going to find those indicators 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And those numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are directly linked to your alert threshold. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's mean if you are going to set yourself to 1 in the alert threshold, when the needle will pass 1, it's going to be sounding alarm in your earpiece, and also the screen is going to be blinking. So think of this as simple electromechanical correlation. You set 5, it go to 5, it will sound the alarm, and it's not directly related to the actual range. And your range is going to be set here. If you would like to be alerted only when the needle go out of scale, then you've got that infinity symbol here, and it's going to be alerting when it's go out of range. Then you've got setting for checking the instrument, and you will be able to check the internal voltage regulator to make sure that you've got all the correct high voltages for those Geiger counter probes. And the KB is just for checking your battery level. When you expose this scale to light, it will glow in dark with a green color, but here you've got a button that can be used for activating bulb, and it's going to be lighting up your scale and also charging the photoluminescence. So for a brief moment after you turn it off, the scale is going to be still glowing green. On that section, you are going to be finding controls for resetting your personal dose meter. You undo that element and you stuff your personal dose meter. Basically, it is an air capacitor with tiny quartz needle, and you are going to be providing high voltage through that contact, and you are going to be charging your capacitor. Here you will be setting up the voltage, and you would like to get a 0 on that device. Maybe one day I will show you how to do it. And here you've got quite important button for erasing your readout. If you are maxed out and you want to quickly change the scale for higher, then you can press this button and it will go to 0 and you will reset the counter. How to operate this instrument? First, you would like to check your battery. You make sure that this top switch is in the KB position, and you enable it by setting any of those ranges. And as you can see, our needle deflected in that K range that is located here. So our battery is good to go. Here we've got our control for our instrument, so we can go into our KP and we could go through all of those ranges and make sure that we've got everywhere a deflection, and that's mean we've got our high voltages. If we would like to check our bulb, we press this button and our scale should illuminate, and most likely you cannot see this by all our studio lighting. And after that we are ready to operate our instrument, so we can set our threshold like this. We can press the erase, and as you can see, our needle go straight to 0. If we would be in a real emergency situation, that you always start your measurement from the highest range and you are going your way up to the lowest, but since we are in the peacetime, then I will go to the lowest. Here we've got our gamma that should be used with the shield covering your probe. And here you've got your beta range that should be used with your shield remove like this. So I will go into the lower settings. Here I set the lower settings for our alarm. And as you can see, we've got small deflection just from our cosmic radiation. And as you can see, we are reading it once for a while. We do not hear any click, and we do not hear it because that instrument do not have it. If we attach here our earphones, we would hear nothing because we have not passed the 1 on our scale. I prepare small experiment. I've got my earpiece plug in. We should set ourselves to like a threshold of 3, and I will move it to the test source. And when the needle deflect over 3, we should get alarm. So let me try to do it right now. And as you can hear, we've got alarm going on, and it turned itself off. If we would like to go higher, then as you can see, it's not being alerted. We have to pass 5, and we've got our alarm indication. We would like to quickly clear, we press that button, and you are good. So as you were able to see, this instrument is really that easy to use. You basically just set your range and you directly read it out. It is just that. You turn it off, you power it on, and you are good to go. You do not need to look at the scale. You can preset it, you can close it down, and if you hear the alarm, then you know that you passed the threshold. Extremely easy and simple to use. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you find that interesting. See you next time, and bye bye.